I'll take a look at game 1 and 2 in particular. So I think G2's draft is phenomenal. I think Midwin, like this champion can be fine maybe against Gwen. Range champions are decent against Gwen, but I think the draft cohesion on red side, it's like you have Kaiserel that can free scale in this matchup. I think that this top side, like honestly, this is like borderline Exodia. If you maybe replace Maokai for Sejuani, I think it's borderline fucking Exodia. I didn't see exactly how G2 played out this game, so let's take a look.
But for the days, we'll pay as well. Ralph, don't make me do it. Might even say they're in a very good position.
Alright, Maokai pathing into bot, Skarner pathing into bot.
Coming in as well.
Gwen on base already on Amp Tome. Caps with the door and shield. Still has a potion. He won the lane, guys. He won the lane here. Caps has a super winning situation here. Skarner's looking to gank. I don't know why Kaiser sounds when something else is on the screen. Skimondo hovering for the potential Skarner gank.
0 kills before. Caps free stacking that Q. Q3 will be big here.
The audio is so fucked here, no?
Yo-Yo on the way in. Skimon ready to cover with the red buff. Caps free stacking that
I should be dead here. He can't flash away.
Yo-Yo now in trouble. Forced to flash out. Follow-up now coming in from Caps.
GG. Oh, the shield. I think Caps is a little bit greedy. Wow, they took a 2-kill bot dry. Okay. I'm hyped to see Hansama Lavrov lane more together, man. Like, I'm so hyped to see Hansama and Lavrov lane. I think this should be very good for them. Regular lanes. The main issue I have with Koi is the fact that I think their bot lane is so limited in what they pick in the super role. And so predictable. And not in this game in particular, right? Picking Alistar and the Red is perfectly fine, but there's a lot of games where they're picking Braum where I just hate it. Like, Lavrov just loves Braum, and I think it's so... so bad, you know?
You know they're removing that? They are. That user. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure the buffer would still work. If you just mash that thing...
Alright, nice cancel there from Alvaro.
That has an objectively correct answer.
Blue side dragon, baby pig is sad. Let's take a look more.
He's nearly a full level counter pick, but remember that G2 effectively used 2 of their things there when you look at the both top and
Let's jump forward a little bit more.
While Hunt matchup now. Biggest difference is
Trying to see the lane assignment. The TP top matched Gwen to Aurora. Aurora went Blackfire Torch for the ability haste, I guess.
So he's getting that 4% ability power per target.
Usually you see like Malignants being bought in games like these, but I think that Blackfire Torch is same, maybe even better. Because you can actually stack on a lot of people with ult, so you get a lot of AP on your burst. I don't mind the Blackfire Torch. Unorthodox, but I think it makes sense. I think Malignance is very weak. At the Q3, Caps is out.
They're a bit too scared.
Oh, this is a decent situation for Koi. They're a little bit faster into bot. Not bad from Jojopune. This is like a window where Yon is pretty weak before Blade. Trying to catch one more wave. Caps is being greedy. Rel is opening to defend Caps. And Caps is reading the play and the situation here. I think Ilioya is on the wrong side of the map here. I think Ilioya is just on the wrong side of the map. I think if Ilioya opens on bottom side and cuts through bottom side, it would have been a lot better. Like, they have full vision on top side, and I think that Ilioya should just cross instead of going for golems. Imagine here if Ilioya crosses now. Would have been better. Because now he's on golems. Maybe he just went golems because Ezreal is on base. It kind of makes sense. But then at that point, maybe you should base so you can rush into bot faster. Because I just see Skarner wasting a lot of time to make it into bottom side, where that's where all the action is. And that's where all the action is. Caps catches one more and then TPs, and then Ozzy stays one more, and here he needs to get base off. But Caps does such a great job here of cancelling the recalls. He knows that Azir and Alistar didn't base here, or at least Azir didn't. That's really, really big. Jojopune getting cancelled here. I really like the G2 don't let go. So basically, here in this spot, right, the idea from Caps is he based and TP backed. Jojopune should base as well, but he didn't base. Cap sees that he didn't base, he pushed one more, chased him all the way to get the cancel off. Now Jojopune is kind of lane locked here because otherwise he's going to just fast lose the turret. And Caps just fucking snaps him. The Q3 into flash. Caps is doing a little bit of a massive squeeze here. But Caps is going to lifesteal so much HP here. And Jojopyun is TPing back. I like that Caps never let go of bot. He just kept pressuring, kept pressuring, kept pressuring. Like he has nothing to base for, so he just keeps pressuring. I really, really like this from Caps. He never let go, bro. He's doing golems, farming, pressuring, pressuring, pressuring. And he's generating so much farm this game by doing so. Not basing for no reason, just staying because he's strong enough to push out. And Skewmond, perfect timing to be on bottom side on his push-in, you know? It's like, it's very, very hard to deal with the enemy solo laner when he has perfect tempo all the time, because he never needs to base. Really, really good leverage here, Caps, from the lifesteal, and honestly, like, game winning. This is something I see Doinby do a lot. This is what I call the Doinby stay. The Doinby stay a while and listen. He just stays bot, uses his lifesteal. The enemy guy needs to base, pokes, stays bot, keeps pushing waves. Someone needs to catch, someone needs to go. And really, really good sync moment here from Skewmon to be on bot. G2 like to give up the third Drake a lot. Like, they like to give up the third Drake. We saw Fnatic do this too. This is very, very good.
Without still being able to really pressure the map.
I look at the farm in mid lane, bro. He fucking based for a whole ass fucking shield bow. Beautiful from fucking Caps. He farmed 3,000 fucking gold bot. That's fucking beautiful from Caps. What a fucking masterclass, bro.
Looking for a solo bolo here. Looks like he might find a solo bolo here. Freeze frame, Jojopyun going
holy.
over. Gets a little bit tricky with it. It will manage to survive. Brokenblade now trying to
I don't know, bro. I really, really like how Caps is playing, bro. He's just fucking giga pressuring bot. Never in any danger, playing on fucking absolute limits perma, while his team is just playing as 4. Really, really nice.
Jojo just has to run. His tower does not protect him, and G2 is good, fun, interactive. This is the point, though. You're getting cross.
This type of a push here, guys, this start here is good because enemy no flash on no ult on Midwin, and they have Maokai, and also Azir is fucked. So basically, this start here is to mask the Yone push and to create a scenario where the enemy needs to choose between this wave, bot wave. If the enemy commits 4 into defense, you can just walk away. You get free tier 2 bot, you get better tempo because the enemy ignores the wave, and you just walk back and you recall. You don't necessarily need to be the ones fighting here, it's not necessary at all. Gwen TPs. Azir no base. I think here this is not... You don't need to fight this. You don't need to fight this. You can, but you don't need to. You have a free tier 2 to collect bottom, you know?
Q3 there for Caps as well. Skewmon, sights set. The Otacon, Elyoya not in fast. Away.
All right.
Impressive feat to say, and he's going for every single one.
Let's see the conversion now. I want to see the map over there of G2. Let's take a look at how they manage the waves here on bottom side.
And credit to G2 again. Looks like a super impressive.
Okay. So here they are contesting bot side jungle completely. Pink ward plays from MDK. Caps is fully into top side. Guys, Caps didn't base. Caps didn't base. He didn't base. He's basing on IE or what? He's just lurking. He's lurking, guys. He's fucking lurking. He's still on shield bow. This psychopath. He was lurking, waiting for Midwin on the push out. He's breaking the rules of fucking CS, bro. Midwin pushed out one wave. Look at that, and then he's looking to trap him. Look how deep Caps is, bro. He's just perma pressuring. He doesn't give 10 fucks about anything, bro. Damn. Caps is a full IE in base, guys. He went Stridebreaker. Boo. I'm kidding. It's okay. But I think Stridebreaker gives too little AD. Or am I arena pilled? I could be arena pilled.
lost against Vlad. So strong historic. Now they want to shut down this.
Look how deep Caps goes. He just right-clicks bot lane straight away because of how strong their 4 is. Fucking G2's playing so fucking confident, bro. They're putting down all the information with Maokai. They're reading the enemy super well. As long as Caps is creating info, their 4 is stronger. Super nice.
And just make it unplayable for MKOI. What you talk about scaling? Caps trades ultis with Jojo. He's trading up. This match is gone.
What a fucking masterclass from G2, bro.
Is that a caster curse? Nope.
Holy. He's fucking level 17 to level 14, guys. It's a fucking murder. It's a muck duck. Damn. That is fucking delicious, bro. Damn.
Yeah.
Superhero Doinby Capsimus.
Caps is just game 1. Look at a little bit cooked. It is luckily a best of 3. MKOI will be able to go.
Bro, KC might just bring out the best in Caps, bro.
His first team fight where he's allowed to get BB. He can 1v3. Caps, he can 1v3. And MKOI have nothing to stop it as the Brovin gets something Jojo. Jojo finally has design, just immediately has to use it. Mirwan, his first team fight where he's allowed to get involved.
Wow, what a game. Okay, I wanted to show... It's funny how G2 is like really meta gaming. This is a build that is currently dominating solo queue. The Road of Ages, Leandris, the tanky, really tanky Ari variant. Which is cool and all, okay? You just apply Leandri and you flow around and have a good time. I remember watching this in the side-eye and I'm not so sold about the set. And I don't like Xin Zhao Ari as a pairing. Xin Zhao Ari as a pairing, I think is just trash, if I'm going to be honest. I think you should never play Ari unless you have like something that is actually going to CC. I think Nocturne is also okay. But I think Xin Zhao Ari as a pairing, I think it's just too weak against Talia. This is exactly the same as we saw. You guys remember Game 3, Team Liquid KC. Team Liquid KC, we saw it first stand here, pick and ban. Let's pull up group stage. Game number 3, look at that. Talia first pick into Xin Zhao Ari. This is just not good. I just don't think that's good. I think that's just terrible. And set against Abessa, I don't want to comment on because I don't know too much about it, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know too much about it. But obviously, if Ambessa can go even, she will probably be more useful. And that's it, you know. Set, like if you pick Set into Ambessa, I think you need to win because you don't scale like a monster, I think, with Set this game.
Oh, yeah. No, wait.
Let's take a look at the last game. The last game, I think, was G2 Masterclass of Patience and playing around spells. So there's a lot of educational moment about this because it's very useful for my team in particular. Ruddy Sack, we started scrimming. This is the kind of draft that we could be playing, especially because Natty Nat is the Mundo player. This is a type of game where G2 make a massive mistake by not securing their bot lane. So basically, when you're playing matchups like Caitlyn, Nico, and your jungler just wants to basically full clear, it's very important to put yourself in a scenario where the enemy team can't cheese you. And I think in a spot like this, it's very important to make sure that the enemy doesn't late invade, they don't do camp into invade, and they don't level 3 gank you bot. So with Zyra specifically, level 3 ganking is not really real. Additionally, the enemy team, like late invading, is what you need to protect for, right? You need to protect for the scenario where Zyra does like 2 camp into cross, into steal camp, to undermine Mundo. Like all of these things you need to really fucking defend for is super important. The enemy has Tristana Braum. If they don't get ganks, they are useless, and you need to see this coming. Super important. But as you can see here, G2 didn't put a single ward on river. No wards at all. Nico warded lane and then went for sweep. She needed to ward river. I think it's super important that they drop some wards here. I don't know where Mundo dropped his ward. Let's see if he dropped his ward. He just dropped his ward on top side. Mundo dropped the ward level 1 and Nico just started sweep. And then, oh, Nico is Mundo. That's why. Jesus, I got dizzy by the fucking Nico stuff. But still, they need to secure this river. Like, they need to secure this river. Mundo is Mundo and Mundo is Nico. If you guys catch my drift. So we continue. what happened in this game, right, was that Braum and Tristana just flashed to trade summoners, which is good for them, right? They just trade summoners because Zyra's going to undermine them. Still, in a scenario where G2, like this bot lane is coming from this angle, G2 didn't recognize that Zyra is clearing her camps. Because look at Mundo's pathing. He goes to check his wolves here and realizes they're gone. If G2 is coming from that angle, at least they need to recognize something, you know? They really need to recognize something. So, Skewmond manages to clear his camps, and his camps spawn faster. If Zyra doesn't get to re-invade the Gromp and the Wolves, then Zyra is going to be slightly behind. Here Mundo is going for his Gromp that respawns in the Wolves on the top side, and Zyra still, her camps didn't even start spawning, you know? As you can see here, Zyra's on 29 CS, and her first camp respawn right now is Golems. Now she crossed into top side, 42 CS, and she's even, but now Skewmond's going to take his next rotation of camps even faster. This game, G2 need to just play around their spells and poke. What happened in this game was that Koi insisted on swapping away from the Gnar Sion lane to create an imbalance because they have Sion and Tristana Braum. But I think G2 did a great job of defending their Gnar and making sure that he had the freedom to push and that he never was in a position to get dove, which is so crucial. BB did a good job of pushing waves. I think Koi were always bad on tempo when they pushed out, because you can see here, they pushed out top, but now Caitlyn Nico base, and Gnar managed to push the wave that they play on. Now Koi is one wave ahead, but Caitlyn Nico can open on that and catch that no problem with Mundo. And now Koi need to decide if they base again and walk again. Because Gnar here is going to walk into top side, but he's keeping TP. Now Tristana Braum walking into top side again, and Tristana is saving gold for BF Sword here. They walk into Gnar, but they don't have a big enough wave. And Mundo is now showing into top side. So here BB has Mega on the first wave, which is really good rage management, and the enemy can't be in time to dive BB. And Mundo clears his own golems, doesn't lose anything on it, and Sion is the one losing platings and HP. BB goes for a play on Supa buffs it, but he gets a big chunk on his HP, and Mundo even gets a cancel here on Elioya. So even though they're playing the swapping game, usually you want to swap away because Sion is hard to dive and Gnar is easier to dive, but G2 did a fantastic job of defending. Another detail here is that Koi gets 6 grubs, but G2 is very aware of the fact that the enemy team can't really leverage grubs that easy. It's very easy for Victor to wave clear. Gnar into Sion is something that Gnar is going to always push past a certain point. The enemy's leverage of grubs is not super easy. Tristana can't really use them this game because Koki's the one going on silent because Tristana has no TP, right? And Tristana doesn't have a high enough level to contest against the Victor. So the grubbies from Koi's side don't matter too much. As long as G2 secure 2 dragons, they are very happy. Labrov is faking to be Dr. Mundo here, but I think they realize that it's Nico. BB goes for a cheeky little trade here on bottom side with his ultimate to marinate Midwind as much as possible for potential dive that can happen. This is very huge from G2 here because here they are on top side and Mundo is now on Drake. Just because it's a Drake 2, it's very easy and fast to kill. Right now Koi make a play where they abandon top to cross into dragon, but G2 play this massively where they just clear this dragon and peace out and exit through bottom side. The only thing that Koi get out of this is that they get the inside track on mid wave, but G2 can just recall with caps and then TP into mid to defend that. And Koi will not be able to dive him. Really nice play here. G2 practically get the Drake 3v4 on the bottom side of the map while Caitlyn Nico just harass the turret away. The turret is dropping incredibly low and sure Sion is very tanky. I really like this from G2 too, where Caps and Mundo stick around because Koki is now on the mid wave. Koki's on the mid wave and they're defending and playing spells and throwing spells, making sure that the enemy team is not in a position to dive BB as he crosses. The enemy now, Alvaro, Elioya, they're low HP. Alvaro no ultimate, he flash as well. Half committing here and trading with their abilities makes BB allowed to be into bottom side. Because you could say that G2 shouldn't be in this area at all, but what this creates is that they just defended mid turret and they made the enemy use spells so BB can cross. Imagine a world here where G2 don't contest here, then it means that the enemy pushes mid for free, they take a recall, and there is no realistic way for BB to cross into bottom side. right? So Skewmond keeps contesting here, and now BB walks in as well. He boomerangs. Skewmond is healing with ultimate. Now they're walking in here with his Heartsteel and move speed shoes. He gets the Q on Elioya, which is super nice. This is like insanely well done by G2 once again. They're 3v4 on the bottom side of the map. Eventually the turret falls, super buffers a Gnar ultimate. Let's continue to the rest of the game. Caitlyn is now transferred into mid lane and Victor is on top side. Keep in mind Caps has no flash. So as a ranged champion with no mobility, obviously against Sion and Zyra can easily be killed. 1E of Sion into ult, into Q. He's going to die, of course. So this is where Caps needs to be very careful. Caps already got the majority of the wave. He needs to not take this risk. This is a mistake from Caps. He already took so much. And I wonder if what Caps can do is that Caps, he right now has a ward. If he places that ward, it could also make a big difference. It is a little bit awkward that Atakan has spawned on top side, which makes it hard of him to ward because he has to walk further to get it past that Atakan wall that spawns at the lower side of the Atakan pit. Let's continue. Here Caps greedy, gets hit. But a big part of that greediness of Caps is what made him so rich in the Yone game. So it's hard to, of course, complain because there's two sides to that coin. For every risk that he takes, maybe he gets punished once out of 20. And I think the benefit of it is so massive. Look at the trigger discipline here of G2. Their champions are designed to poke, and Labrov, it doesn't snap. They're just throwing briefcases, poking with Hansama, contesting the bush, Skewmond creating space, never snapping too hard with their abilities. Beautiful smite here from Skewmond. He gets it, and that is all she wrote, They managed to get the Rift Herald, which is beautiful, but I like the trigger discipline from G2 in that situation. Let's go a little bit further here. Drake is spawning in 1 minute. This is G2 where they understand the economy beautifully. I want to just paint a graph to make sure that we're all on the same page. Let's do paint, untitled paint. Let's make sure that you don't get flashbang for longer. And then let's paint it black. Let's paint that black. So basically, in terms of gold, so this is time, in-game time. This is gold. So this is G2's graph. Let's paint it red. So in terms of their gold generation, not gold generation, let's call this power, all right? Let's put the parentheses on the G. This is power. Power in game. Something that people don't recognize is that often when they feel ahead, they feel like they're stronger. But some advantages are not built the same. So let's say you start here, you buy Doran's Blades, you are leveling up, right? You're leveling up. Let's say you get level 6. That's kind of a sharp increase of power, right? Sharp increase of power. Let's say you base, and let's say you are basing, and then here you finish first core, right? First core is kind of a spike, right? And then you slowly, gradually get some components, some more XP, and then second core is another spike, right? And then, of course, you gradually increase, and then you get third core, and it's a spike, right? Where you buy recipes in these areas, right? Where you buy your item, these are massive, massive spikes. And let's see from the enemy perspective, right? If you are Koi in this area, let's make them blue. Koi in this state, right? Let's say they finished their core item a little bit later, right? Because they were behind on gold. And then same thing here, right? They finished their core item a little bit later, boom. And then it's like they finished the core items a little bit later, right? Ideally, if you are G2, right? If you're thinking about the G2 economy, you want to make sure that you fight here. You want to make sure that you fight here because this is the window. If we isolate it, this is where you are stronger than the enemy. And even though you have an advantage throughout this graph here, in these moments you have an advantage, the largest part of your advantage is when you buy recipes. So the chunk of time here is a good time to force. The chunk of time here is a good time to force. And of course, this window here where the enemy doesn't have that core is a good time to force. The same way you having 6 advantage is a good time to force, right? This is where we are significantly stronger. If you now with that graph and that information apply it to this state in the game, G2 is right now 2k gold ahead. But is that 2k gold advantage significant in this moment? If you compare inventories, the advantage that we see is, for example, in a Nico item and a pickaxe, right? And in terms of if you let this game progress and G2 generate more gold for the trade-up of this, of course, Mountain Drake, especially with Caps' position, they will have a bigger window where they are stronger. So you could easily throw your position here at Drake 3 and fight this and create a circumstance where the enemy is, of course, even in theoretical power in this window. Here is where Koi wants to fight in this theoretical window, right? But G2 wants to push themselves forward to this window. And they don't want to create a scenario where the enemy takes a fight that is decent for their terms. Because you can easily argue, of course, that Koi is posturing for their best chance possible. And the beauty of this situation is that G2 is not giving anything for free or not taking a fight for free. They're making a more educated choice. Okay, I finally get why Perks didn't like the Ruddy Sack coaching staff, wasting 5 minutes to draw a graph that could be explained in one sentence. So, I have a good relationship with Perks, and there's a difference in me explaining it to Perks and explaining it to my chat, who, of course, watch this at very, very different levels. They dropped the Herald. Caps pushed out top completely. He's not hitting the tower top because he doesn't do enough damage to push out. And now G2 just collapsing, of course, on this tier 2. And they're not creating... They're holding the ground because Koi can't really enter into them, right? And here, in this moment, Koi, of course, they have no engage. The draft is just trash, right? Let's continue. G2 now generated a lot of gold. There's going to be a window now before they finish Leandri. And of course, Black Cleaver, IE. Now it's finished. We have IE on Caitlyn. Much stronger than Tristana, of course. Now that big window that we talked about. 2 core on Skewmond as well. Here, this isn't the best hit here. Because I think this would be a lot better if Broken Blade was on the bottom wave. They're not masking anything at all here in terms of the push. It is very easy for Koi to just walk up and push them out and then cross into mid. So I don't like this Atakan start. If BB was on the bot wave already, I think it would have been a lot better. Midwin is rushing to participate here, but he doesn't need to. And imagine a world now where they start, of course, this Atakan when BB's on bot wave. They take another mid wave, cross into river. They have prio everywhere. Here, Ilioya is looking for something desperate, looking to trap, but Skewmond is going first, which is really, really good, you know. We continue. And then Nico finds a massive play. I think this is just Koi being very, very desperate. They tried to find an engage angle, cut the enemy off. But I think G2 responded beautifully by face checking with Skewmond. And BB comes to clap everybody up. That's an ace. They get the Drake, they get the Atakan. Follow up now is Elioya is trying to create some space to put some vision down, of course, on Nash. They have full sweepers, only 1 blue trinket. The issue is Koki's economy is in the toilet. You know, like the tariffs, Jojo Pune, as a Canadian, has affected him. But Sandstrong, Canada, everyone's with you. Didn't they start to make sure BB is alone taking tower? No, I think the timing was just bad. That's why I noted that the timing was bad. BB was not on the bot wave yet. And I think that, they get pushed out and Sion didn't need to commit so far. I don't blame Ilioya for dying here. He's trying to get some sense of information. This game is practically over, of course. G2 is a little bit too strong. Very hard for them to face check with any wards. Like how BB fake pressures here and pushes forward on the mid wave. Tristana can't move him. Jojo Pune gets a turret. First time grubs. Ate anything at all. Ate the turret like groceries. And that's it, boys. That's it. That is it.